Hey guys, Jesse here from Team Summergrounds.
And Matt.
And we're bringing you another list doctor. So in this particular list doctor, we are playing Eldar, which is the doctored list. I am playing that. Versus Drop Pod Salamanders with Imperial Knights, correct?
Yep.
So what did you think of the overall matchup coming in? As the Drop Pod player, what are your thoughts?
I mean, right off the bat, we're playing a Barrier Open mission. We played mission number 1, I believe. On a Barrier Open, we're playing the Relic one.
Yeah.
I see the Relic in the middle. There's an objective under each of the 2 ruins you see in the 2 corners. My initial thought is, since it's Maelstrom, and number 1 and 2 are just hold objective 1 or hold objective 2, which are 2 in the corners, I figure I can just start, and I have bottom of turn, I'll just leave an Imperial Knight parked at 1, let him pretty much be a gun battery, and pretty much say, if you want to come try to get this Maelstrom one, I'll just assault you and kill you. Unfortunately for me, you didn't actually roll that Maelstrom one ever. No. And you can see I just kind of park a Knight on it. I'm just trying to make the other Knights viable, and I'm just trying to spread the board and try to beat you on the Maelstrom, because with the mobility of the pods, it shouldn't be hard. Also having bottom of turn, the Wraith Knight's really a concern I have. So are the Wraith Guards and the Fire Spinner.
Yeah, so I'm forced to go first. I lost the die roll. You forced me to go first here, which was absolutely the right play. So I try to just spread the table with my Wave Serpents themselves, add pressure with the Wraith Knight and the Farseer. So like my whole game plan is basically hopefully put some damage on the Imperial Knight. That's the threat, because it's the only threat on the table right now is that Imperial Knight in the open, because go reserves. And force you to pick a side with going after the Wave Serpents. Like, do you want to go after my 3 Wave Serpents, or do you want to go after my Fire Prism and my Wave Serpent with the Wraith Guard? And hopefully, if I could split you, I could then stay away from you and gun you down. But it's really going to come down to reserves. Frankly, I want you to get all your reserves in early, because if you get all your reserves in early, I can utilize my mobility to my advantage. So right now, I feel like the game plan going in, at least my game plan going into this, was invis up on the Knight, the Wraith Knight, so I don't have to worry about getting shot at. Take some pot shots at your Imperial Knight, and hopefully beat your Imperial Knight in close combat with the Wraith Knight, and kind of go from there. I mean, if I do that, I'll have control of the center of the board.
Oddly enough, I kind of want my reserves to come in too, mostly because, like you say, mobility. I don't think this mission was as much about mobility. There's only 3 relevant objectives. I've got an Imperial Knight parked on 1 that you're not doing anything with. So the only 2 that are relevant at this point are the Relic in the middle, which I've got the drop pods for, and then the one in the back corner, because also a lot of these Maelstroms, 2 of them are, one is Line Breaker, and the other one is pretty much have 3 scoring units in your own zone without any of your opponents. So not only can I get the Line Breaker one if I happen to roll that one, I can also deny you that one. So my goal is to get in your face. I do bring the 1 drop pod here in the middle just to grab me the Relic pretty much. I didn't combat squad because I wanted 10 man. I wanted more girth and bodies to these so that with Relic I've got some defense. Bring 10 man in the middle, let them grab the drop pod. The other 10 man with the Meltas goes over. My goal at this point is trying to do something to Fire Prism or get the Wraith Knights or the Wraith Guard out of the thing. I know they're going to just nuke me anyway, but might as well get them out, so then when my Legion of the Damned hopefully come in next turn, they can do some work.
So I mean, this is one of the big keys of looking at the mission packet. When I read over the mission, I looked, and yeah, with you having the 1 objective with the Wraith Knight parked on it, or Imperial Knight rather, one of the other Knights parked on it, I basically went, okay, I can't beat you in Maelstrom. I mean, the only Maelstrom I can reliably get is kill a unit or get something in your deployment zone, because I have all our jet bikes. Yeah. Otherwise, I can't.
That is also 2/3 the Maelstrom. I mean, it's a half of them. I mean, also, but
I have to kill. But I have to kill 2. Well, scoring objective 1 is extremely difficult to do, because you're able to drop pod in multiple squads of objectives secured. And to kill multiple units is very hard to do, because you don't have a lot of very easy to get kill points. It's like, okay, what am I going to do? Dump all my fire into a Marine squad? I'm probably not going to kill a Marine squad. There's probably going to be a single Marine left. Am I going to go after your pods? Well, if I go after your pods early, then I have to leave your pods around in order for me to try to pick them up later as points. So I kind of concede. Like, I have to concede. I start playing the Maelstrom, and that's actually a problem. Like, I should have probably just conceded the Maelstrom at this point, even early on, when okay, I don't have the points to really do it. concede the Maelstrom and just focus primarily on that relic. But I'm scared of those Imperial Knights.
So what's going on? This is kind of a big turning point. The Imperial Knight charges in here. It doesn't wind up really or the Wraith Knight charges in. You cause 3 wounds in the actual shooting between them and the Warp Spiders. You don't actually kill me in close combat. I actually get 4 wounds back on you from stomps alone. We're both kind of in this slap fight. Your invis is now going to be now obviously going into the next turn. You still have the invis, but I've got the stomp attacks. You're able to take out the drop pod in the corner, which winds up taking out a lot of my Marines too. So I've got pretty much nothing down the top corner. Only 1 Legion of Damn unit came in. I didn't get Vulcan's drop pod, and I didn't get the other Legion of Damn. Really kind of stunk, and that's kind of the theme of what's happened on turn 2. So turn 2 was Legion of Damn. Turn 3 I only got 1 thing in. Turn 4 I only got 1 thing in. I just repositioned the Imperial Knight here a little bit, give him some better lines to shoot at. Surprisingly enough, even for as big as he is, you still have to worry about where he's shooting because you have so much mobility that you can spread my arc, and that battle can's only still so much of an arc. I finally take out the Serpent that has your Warlord in it. Now I get your Warlord out in the open. And now the Warp Spiders are my thing, and that was big there. You fail to actually kill the Imperial Knight I had 2 hull points left. You caused 1. I was able to stop kill you because you're still invis, so I'm not killing you actually. I stopped kill you, and now the Knight's free.
Yeah.
And I think this is the big turning point of the game because now your best threat to kill my 1 Imperial Knight is now the Warp Spiders, who are kind of out there to draw, kind of hung out, and I can run you down at this point. And then if all that goes well, I still have another Imperial Knight.
Yeah, and I mean, one of the big things, like I said, I really wanted all your reserves in early because I figured I could weather the initial fire, maybe lose a Serpent or 2, primarily from the Legion of Damn squads because they're just going to do as they please. And I kept my shields up for that reason. And once they get on the table, then I could essentially just fly away from them and just try to stay away from them and take my pot shots. But now I'm like, okay, I'm not beating you on Maelstrom. You have the Relic. And now I no longer have a threat in that middle of the table. I have the Warp Spiders, and they have to now go and deal 1 whole point to that.
And that's a big thing we've seen with these Barry Open missions. You need to know when you've lost on the Maelstrom and need to be able to accept to leave it behind. I at this point had you by 3 points going into turn. By the bottom of turn 3, I was up 3 points on you, and on turn 4, I rolled 2 easy ones to get as well. So the Warp Spiders do a lot here. They're going to jump up. And the good thing you do is, and of course this is why the Warp Spiders are so good at dealing with Imperial Knights, I have to pick my pacing. I pick front. You just battle focus to run. You run to my side arc. And you shot me inside. You killed me, but then I took 4 of you with me.
Yeah.
In the explosion. So now I've got...
The explosion.
Yeah, right? Legion of Damn coming down. They're going to finally try to do something to the stupid Fire Spinner, which has really been which has really actually been a problem. It's a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Especially with you deep striking, those Strength 7 AP2 blasts have been money.
Yeah.
Small blasts, it's like, okay, I hit 5 guys. Okay, I wounded 4 or 5.
Like, I'll clip the drop pod in the process. Yeah. Now I'm getting the drop pod plus 3 guys. And now you're taking cover, And my Legion of Damn decided on the turn 2 when they came down, where you shot, or turn 3, when you shot the Legion of Damn, I just didn't fail an invuln save. Turn 4, I failed every 3-up save in the book. But turn 3, I couldn't fail an invuln save, and that was big too. Those Legion of Damn hanging around.
Here's a big thing: you're still pressuring this objective, and you're literally playing to me, going, okay, well, hey, look, I'm here, deal with me, and I'm. For whatever reason, I still have it in my head, like, okay, I can win on Maelstrom, and I didn't, even at this point, I'm not in a position, because you're on the bottom floor, I'm not in a position to go after those guys holding a relic, when, frankly, I should have turbo boosted all 3 of those Wave Serpents forward and just got in position to, okay, next turn I'm going to deal with the Space Marines, and instead you're able to play this hiding game where, you're doing a really good job of moving them off to the side. So in order for me to get arc, I have to come either around where the black drop pod is. I have to come around, put me in threat range of your Imperial Knight, or I have to spend an entire turn now on 4 turbo boosting and not shooting, which gives me 1 turn to try to kill the relic. So it's all because I focus on the Maelstrom, and I didn't drop playing Maelstrom early enough.
Well, but that's what, for me, it was a lot about spraying the board here. I have the relic. I'm actually hiding on the bottom level of that room. We left them on top so you guys can see where they are. They're actually on the bottom level of that, so I'm kind of well screened off from your Wave Serpents at this point. And yeah, pretty much, and the Warp Spiders are now currently running. My goal is just to exactly. Pressure your backfield. You got the first blood. There was no way I was probably getting Warlord, or I was able to get Warlord here. So now I've got Warlord. If I keep Linebreaker, you're gonna get Linebreaker. I know that. My goal is pretty much to tie on the relic, just keep it away from you, and then beat you by having Maelstrom. And that's why I still have enough distraction. Like, that's kind of what I'm doing here. I'm distracting you enough, or I'm just trying to put enough pressure that you really can't ignore that. Because if I'm in your backfield causing problems, these Wave Serpents now have to spend more time running than shooting, and you can't afford to do that.
Yeah, exactly. On turn 2, the big play mistake on my part was on turn 3, instead of setting myself up for some shots when I thought I had better arc, and basically it was simply all to the play mistake of not actually checking my line of sight. I just assumed I had the sight, and then you pointed out like, no, I hit these guys. I went, oh crap, I can't say them. And instead of repositioning myself properly, I'm now stuck. Trying to deal with what's dropping in my backfield. When a turn earlier, I should have just turbo boosted and moved out and went, okay, I'm going to not do anything on turn 3, but on turn 4, I'm going to dump 2 or 3 Wave Serpents into this unit and pick up the relic with my Farseer. Pick up the relic with my Farseer, move 12. 12 inches a turn with it because I can move 6, turbo 6. But I didn't do that, and it's now kind of playing that behind. I don't really know what my out here is as a player. So like, because I'm so far behind and I can't afford to not shoot, I don't really know what my out is. So I try to pick up Warlord.
Which is good, and like especially you had to at that point the game was lost on turn 4, and you played it right to play the game on turn 5. Now my Marines are caught out in the open because I failed my lead check. I dropped the relic. I go back, consolidate back onto the thing, pick the relic back up. Now I'm again underneath here, and you're doing the right thing because you just kind of slam the Farseer into him on this upcoming turn and just make me have to hope the game ends, because you're able to come out here and just annihilate with these Serpents a majority of that Marine unit, leaving me literally with Vulcan with 1 wound left as the only model back there.
I think you only passed like 2 out of 20 3-up armor saves in this game, but you did pass like
every 3-up involved known to man.
The Legion of the Damned were invulnerable. It didn't matter what I shot at them; they just didn't fail saves. And then his Marines were like, "Oh, I got to take 3 saves. I'll fail all 3."
Pretty much, pretty much I'll win.
So. It was definitely a big thing. So right now I'm grasping at straws. I need 3 things to happen, or 2 things primarily to happen. But the 3 things that need to happen is I need my Farseer and my jet bikes to contribute that are over on the side here. I need them to contribute towards getting that relic back. I need to kill your Warlord and basically stop you from having Linebreaker on my end. And then I need the game to continue so I can pick up the relic. So right now I'm playing for a minimum of turn 6. So I'm like, okay, at turn 4, I don't win the game on 5, and that's my own play mistake. I didn't play it for 5. I played for later. I misplayed the overall mission because I thought I would have had a better swing on Maelstrom, but I didn't.
Having bottom of turn was huge as well, and so we won a couple things. Anyone playing Barrier Open, we've kind of realized that the bottom of turn is humongous. Take it whenever you can. It absolutely is clutch, because at this point, even if you're able to get me to drop the relic, you don't have anyone there who can pick it up minus the Farseer, and I'm just going to push out the Imperial Knight in here and make it so, sure, if you're going to pick up the relic, you're going to get attacked by an Imperial Knight.
So basically,
so you jump back out here. You're just trying to, at this point, try and make me drop the relic. You're just dumping everything you can Marine wise the relic. Warp Spider, the lone gunman, is still running. This is the turn where we get up here and we're just gonna light up some Space Marines. All the Dire Avengers unload, just bodies on the table, shots for these Space Marines. And this is where it really starts. I almost ran a little ahead of ourselves there with that. But yeah, this is the turn we're going to try to unload the Space Marines, try to deny me Linebreaker, get Warlord, because in theory it's a 2-point swing. You're going to get Warlord's point for you. I'm not going to get Linebreaker. Now you'll have every secondary. So even if I get Maelstrom, I have Warlord, so I'm only up 4-3. So even if for some reason it does end on 3 or on 5, if you can do this, you're only losing 4-3. It's a really minor loss. You're still getting 3 battle points. You're denying battle points.
And in a battle point tournament, it's a key thing to remember that if you're going to lose the game, play for a small loss, because in a battle point tournament you can play back.
You can, yeah, absolutely, and that's what you did. You made sure to get, you know, you've got the line breaker, you've got first blood, you're gonna get warlord. That's 3 points right there. Here's the the hosing of the Marine, the Legion units, everything there pretty much goes. Vulcan steps up and just goes ham though and kills 7 Dire Avengers.
Heavy Flamers do that.
Yeah. So that actually that Heavy Flamer attack was on turn 5, not on turn 4. So the Imperial Knight's going to come out now. I had 2 options here. Either one is try charging this combat, but I'm like, at that point, if I charge in...
It would have been an 8-inch charge for you to make base.
Yeah, so instead I just went for the smart option, and I'm thinking here about it. I just went going for the Wraith, or the Serpent. You know what? The Serpent's in good... Like, at this point, I've got you on 5, play for 6. Having the Serpent not be in play on turn 6 sounds really good to me. Yeah. So, I'll just assault the Serpent and just do dangerously bad things. So guys, if you want to check out the changes we're going to make to the list, check it out on 11th Company Podcast. You can find that at tang2.com or any podcast app. Also, like us on Facebook, facebook.com/teamsgvideos. All the information will be in the link at the bottom of the thing. Check out our Monday Gamecast, and check out the rest of our battle reports. As a note, we have been doing this for Bay Area Open. That is one of the next big upcoming events for Battle for Salvation in October. Check it out.
Hope to see you guys there.